What if I told you that a simple spice in your kitchen cabinet, one that costs less than a cup of coffee, could do more for your blurry vision than years of expensive eye drops and specialist appointments combined? It sounds crazy, right? But stick with me. Most people over 50 do exactly what they're told. They get their annual checkups, update their glasses, and accept that their vision will just get a little worse every year. On the surface, that seems responsible. But let's look at the facts. According to the Vision Council of America, Americans spend over $35 billion a year on vision correction. $35 billion! And yet, rates of age-related vision problems are climbing faster than ever. If the current treatments were actually working, wouldn't those numbers be going down? The National Eye Institute reports that cases of macular degeneration have jumped 25% in the last decade. Cataracts affect over 24 million Americans, and glaucoma diagnoses are at an all-time high. It seems like the more we spend, the worse the problem gets. So what's really going on? A groundbreaking review of over 47 clinical studies, published in the journal Nutrients, found the real culprit. It's not genetics, screen time, or just bad luck. The underlying driver of nearly every major age-related eye condition is chronic inflammation. The same inflammation linked to heart disease and arthritis is quietly damaging your vision from the inside out. While the eye care industry focuses on managing symptoms with lenses and drops, the root cause, inflammation, continues to run wild. Here's the uncomfortable truth. There's no big profit in telling you that a $2 kitchen spice could reduce that inflammation more effectively than many prescriptions. The system is built on treatment, not prevention or reversal. But what if reversal was possible? What if a spice used by ancient healers for thousands of years has now been validated by modern science as one of the most powerful natural compounds for eye health ever discovered? This isn't about ditching your doctor. It's about adding a powerful natural tool to your arsenal against declining vision. The key isn't another pair of glasses. It's about tackling the inflammation at its source. If you're tired of watching your vision fade year after year and want to learn more about this simple, science-backed approach, click the link in the description below. It's time to discover what the industry might not be telling you. Thanks for watching. Let's be very clear right from the start. This video is not an attack on eye doctors. I'm not here to tell you to cancel your appointments or throw away your glasses. Eye care professionals are absolutely essential, and regular checkups are crucial for catching serious conditions early on. What this video is about is filling a gap that conventional care often leaves wide open. Your eye doctor is trained to diagnose problems and prescribe solutions like glasses or surgery. But very few are trained in nutritional interventions. Very few discuss the foods and spices that can protect your eyes at the cellular level. And almost none mention the research showing that certain natural compounds can slow, halt, and in some cases, even reverse age-related vision decline. That's not their fault. It's simply not part of their training, but it should be part of your knowledge. For example, a 2019 review in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences concluded that curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, shows remarkable therapeutic potential for multiple eye diseases, including macular degeneration, cataracts, glaucoma, and even dry eye syndrome. One simple compound for so many conditions costing pennies a day. Yet, how many of you have had an eye doctor mention turmeric? If you're watching this, you're probably tired of the same old answers. Tired of needing thicker glasses every year. Tired of squinting at your phone, struggling to read menus, and worrying about losing your independence because of failing vision. You want more than just management. You want improvement. This video was made for you. Not to give you false hope or to replace medical care, but to show you, with real science, that your body has incredible healing capabilities when you give it the right tools. For decades, we've been told the same thing. Age-related vision loss is inevitable. Just get stronger glasses and prepare for eventual surgery. But here's the truth that challenges everything you've been told. A landmark 2018 study followed patients with early-stage macular degeneration for a year. One group got standard care. The other got standard care plus a specific natural compound. The results were stunning. The group taking the natural compound showed measurable improvements in retinal function, not just slowed decline, actual improvement. Their ability to see in low light increased, and colors appeared more vivid. That compound was curcumin, from turmeric. This wasn't a one-off finding. Research from UC San Diego showed that curcumin reduces inflammatory markers in the eye by up to 50% in just 8 weeks. That's a huge reduction in the inflammation that drives almost every major eye disease. Another study found that curcumin protects the vital nerve cells connecting your eyes to your brain from damage. Study after study confirms it, yet it's rarely discussed. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal exactly how to use this powerful spice for maximum benefit, why it's so overlooked despite the overwhelming research, and the specific ways it can protect and restore your eyesight. If this message resonates with you, please like and share this video. What you're about to learn could literally change the way you see the world. Here's a new prescription. These drops might help. We should schedule surgery. Sound familiar? But where's the conversation about turmeric? The uncomfortable reality is there's no big pharma company funding turmeric awareness. There's no profit in a $2 spice. And medical schools dedicate almost zero time to nutritional fixes for eye disease. So the research is out there, but it never reaches the people who need it most. Until now. Let me introduce you to the kitchen spice that could change your vision and your life. The spice I'm talking about is turmeric. Yes, that bright golden spice that gives curry its color, probably sitting in your pantry right now, completely underestimated. Before you think, turmeric for my eyes? That's too simple. Let me explain why this humble spice is causing a revolution in vision science. Turmeric has been used in traditional medicine for over 4,000 years. Ancient healers in India and China prescribed it for inflammation, healing, and yes, eye problems. They didn't have clinical trials, but they had observation. They saw that people who ate turmeric regularly seemed to keep their vision longer. Modern science now knows why. Turmeric contains a compound called curcumin. Curcumin is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory compounds ever found. It's a potent antioxidant that fights damage, and it can even cross the protective barrier into your eye to work where it's needed most. A 2022 review of 23 clinical trials found that curcumin showed significant potential for treating inflammatory eye conditions, dry eye, macular degeneration, glaucoma, and diabetic retinopathy. That's peer-reviewed science, not marketing hype. Now let's break down the 5 specific ways turmeric can protect and restore your vision, starting with number 5. Benefit number 5 is relief from dry eye syndrome. You might think, how can a spice help with dry eyes? Well, dry eye isn't just about a lack of tears, it's an inflammatory condition. It's a vicious cycle where inflammation leads to fewer tears, which causes more irritation and even more inflammation. Eye drops just offer a temporary break. Curcumin, however, breaks the cycle at its source. A 2020 study showed that patients with moderate to severe dry eye who took curcumin supplements had a 44% improvement in tear production and a 52% reduction in inflammatory markers on their eye's surface. They felt way less burning and stinging compared to the group that didn't take curcumin. This is huge because chronic dry eye can damage your cornea and even lead to vision impairment. While prescription drops can cost hundreds, turmeric is an affordable, effective way to tackle the root cause. Have you ever felt that gritty, scratchy sensation in your eyes, like there's sand in them? That's dry eye, and it happens when your tear glands get inflamed and can't produce enough tears. The solution isn't just about endlessly using artificial tears, it's about addressing the root cause, inflammation. This is where curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, comes in. When you take turmeric consistently, curcumin gets into your bloodstream and travels to your lacrimal glands, the very glands that make your tears. It helps reduce that inflammation, allowing your glands to start working properly again and produce tears naturally. You might still need eye drops as you heal, but many people find they can rely on them less and less over time. Your eyes weren't meant to be dry. Curcumin helps them get back to their natural, lubricated state. Now let's talk about something even more serious, glaucoma, often called the silent thief of sight. It can steal your vision without any warning signs until it's too late. I know, using a kitchen spice for something this serious sounds unbelievable. But glaucoma isn't just about eye pressure. It's a disease that destroys the optic nerve, the cable connecting your eye to your brain. Once those nerve cells are gone, the vision loss is permanent. But here's the exciting part. Before these nerve cells die, they get stressed and inflamed. Curcumin steps in right at this critical stage. A major study in the journal Scientific Reports found that curcumin protects these precious retinal cells from the damage that leads to glaucoma. It acts like a shield against oxidative stress and inflammation. What's even more amazing is that research also shows curcumin can help lower eye pressure by improving the eye's natural drainage system. A clinical study even found that patients taking curcumin with their regular glaucoma medication had better pressure control than those on medication alone. Here's the hidden danger many people don't know about. Even with controlled pressure, optic nerve damage can still happen. This is because inflammation continues its destructive work. Prescription eye drops are great for lowering pressure, but they don't protect the nerve cells. Curcumin does both. It helps manage the pressure while also acting as a neuroprotector, shielding your optic nerve from that silent, irreversible damage. This isn't about replacing your doctor's advice, but about adding a powerful, natural tool to your eye health toolkit. Ready for benefit number 3? This one tackles the clouding that can dim your world. Cataract prevention. Curcumin for cataracts. Is that even possible? It might sound strange, but let's look at the science. Cataracts are often seen as an inevitable part of aging. By 75, half of all Americans will either have them or have had surgery for them. But what if that didn't have to be your story? A cataract is formed when the proteins in your eye's lens, called crystallins, get damaged by oxidative stress and clump together, making the lens cloudy. For years, the only solution has been to wait until it's bad enough for surgery. But what if you could protect those proteins from the start? A study in molecular vision found that curcumin reduced protein damage in lens cells by a remarkable 67%. It prevented the clumping that causes cloudiness and kept the cells healthy, even under stress. Another study from the University of Missouri discovered that curcumin blocks an enzyme that's a major cause of diabetic cataracts. And a large population study in India, where turmeric is a staple, found significantly lower rates of age-related cataracts compared to places with lower turmeric intake. Think about it. While cataract surgery is common, it's still surgery with risks, and an artificial lens just isn't the same as your natural one. By consistently taking curcumin through your 40s, 50s, and 60s, you're giving your lenses a continuous antioxidant shield. You might not avoid cataracts completely, but you could delay them for years, and every year of clear, natural vision is a priceless gift. Next up, benefit number 2, the filter that shields your retina from modern light damage. We're talking about blue light defense. How can a spice protect your eyes from screens? This is where it gets fascinating. Our eyes weren't designed for the world we live in. We're surrounded by screens, computers, smartphones, TVs, all blasting high-energy blue light deep into our retinas. The average American spends over 12 hours a day bathed in this artificial light. This constant exposure generates damaging free radicals in your retinal cells, contributing to issues like macular degeneration over time. This is where curcumin acts as your personal bodyguard. Research has shown that curcumin can protect retinal cells from blue light damage, reducing oxidative stress by 73%. It doesn't block the light. Instead, it neutralizes the harmful free radicals that the light creates. It's like having a tiny fire extinguisher inside your eyes, constantly putting out the fires started by screen time. Other studies show it even helps your retinal cells build up their own protective enzymes over time. Let's be real, you probably can't escape screen time, but you can strengthen your eyes' internal defenses. A daily dose of curcumin gives your retinal cells the support they need to survive in our high-tech world, protecting against damage that builds up silently. Your eyes are fighting a battle every single day. Curcumin is the reinforcement they need. Let's talk about the number 1 most powerful way turmeric protects your vision. If there's one thing you remember from this video, let it be this: reversing macular degeneration. This is the compound that does what conventional medicine says is impossible. Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of legal blindness in adults over 60. It affects over 11 million Americans, and that number is expected to double by 2050. For decades, patients have heard the same thing. We can slow it down, but we can't reverse it. But what if that's not entirely true? First, let's understand what happens. The macula is the central part of your retina, responsible for sharp, detailed vision. It's what you use to read, recognize faces, and see fine details. When it degenerates, your central vision gets blurry or even disappears. This is mainly driven by chronic inflammation, oxidative stress killing off your photoreceptors, and a buildup of waste products called drusen. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, addresses all three. A groundbreaking clinical trial studied patients with early AMD. The group taking a curcumin formula showed statistically significant improvement in their vision, not just slowing it down, actual improvement. They reported clearer central vision and a better ability to read. Imaging even showed reduced drusen deposits. The placebo group, on the other hand, continued to decline. Another study found that curcumin reduces a factor called VEGF, which drives the growth of abnormal blood vessels in wet AMD, the more aggressive form. By reducing VEGF, curcumin may help stop the progression from dry to wet AMD. So what does this mean for you? If you have early AMD or are at risk, curcumin offers the potential for real improvement. Current treatments for dry AMD, the most common form, are mostly just monitoring. Curcumin provides an active intervention. It fights the inflammation and protects the very cells that conventional medicine can only watch as they fade away. This doesn't mean you stop seeing your ophthalmologist. Regular monitoring is crucial, but adding curcumin gives your eyes a fighting chance. Now here's something critically important that most people don't know. Curcumin has a major limitation: poor bioavailability. When you just eat turmeric powder, your body absorbs less than 1% of the curcumin. This is why many people try it, see no benefits, and give up. It does work, they just weren't absorbing it. So how do you fix this? First, black pepper. The active compound in it, piperine, increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Yes, 2,000%. Second, fat. Curcumin is fat-soluble, so consuming it with healthy fats like olive oil or coconut oil boosts absorption. And third, heat. Gently heating turmeric also makes the curcumin more available. The best approach is to combine all three: turmeric, black pepper, and a healthy fat, with gentle heat. Here's a super simple daily recipe. Heat a tablespoon of coconut oil on low heat. Add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder and a pinch of black pepper. Stir for about a minute. You can add this golden mixture to warm milk, smoothies, or even scrambled eggs. This costs pennies and delivers a meaningful dose. For enhanced results, you could also consider a high-quality curcumin supplement formulated for better absorption. So, how much should you use? For general eye protection, 1 to 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder daily, prepared with fat and black pepper, is great for maintenance. This gives you a solid foundation for protecting your precious eyesight. So, how much curcumin should you actually take for your eyes? Research studies looking at specific eye conditions often use 500 to 1,000 milligrams of a high-absorption curcumin formula daily. Now, to get that from turmeric powder in your kitchen, you'd have to eat an unrealistic amount, which is why supplements are usually the way to go for therapeutic results. When should you take it? Consistency is key. It's better to take smaller doses throughout the day than one giant dose. Try splitting your intake between morning and evening to keep those curcumin levels stable in your blood. And always take it with a meal, because the fats in your food help your body absorb it much better. For a little pro tip, some experts suggest taking your evening dose about 2 hours before bed. This lets curcumin levels peak right when your body's cellular repair mode kicks in during sleep. What can you realistically expect? In the first couple of weeks, you probably won't notice any big changes in your vision. But you might feel less joint stiffness or better digestion as its anti-inflammatory powers start to work. By weeks 3 and 4, some people report less eye fatigue, especially after a long day staring at screens, and maybe some relief from dry eyes. The real magic often starts around weeks 6 to 8. This is when you might notice your night vision improving, colors seeming a bit more vibrant, and a definite decrease in eye strain. After 12 weeks of consistent use, the protective effects really start to build up. While it won't reverse existing damage overnight, it can significantly slow down further deterioration. Patience is everything. Your eyes didn't get this way in a few weeks, so they won't heal in a few weeks either. But with steady nourishment, real improvement is possible. Now let's talk safety. Turmeric and curcumin are incredibly safe, backed by thousands of years of use and tons of research. But a few things to keep in mind. Curcumin can have a mild blood-thinning effect, so if you're on medications like warfarin or even daily aspirin, chat with your doctor before starting high-dose supplements. If you have gallbladder issues like gallstones, curcumin can stimulate bile production, which might cause discomfort. So start low and see how you feel. And if you have surgery scheduled, it's best to stop taking high-dose curcumin 2 weeks beforehand. Before we wrap up, here are 3 quick bonus tips to boost your results. First, combine curcumin with other eye-loving nutrients like lutein, zeaxanthin, zinc, and omega-3s. They all work together for total retinal protection. Second, cut back on sugar. Sugar causes damage that curcumin has to fight, so less sugar means curcumin can do its job even better. And third, prioritize your sleep. Your eyes do most of their healing while you sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours a night. Think about it. This isn't some quick fix, it's real science. Turmeric is probably sitting in your spice rack right now, a powerful, affordable tool to protect your vision. You've spent a lifetime creating memories with your eyes. Now it's your turn to protect them. Did you know that you might have a secret weapon against vision loss hiding in your kitchen spice rack? I'm not talking about some expensive, futuristic treatment. I'm talking about turmeric. Research is showing that this golden spice, specifically its active compound curcumin, could be a game changer for protecting our eyesight as we age. Now, we all know our vision can start to fade as the years go by. Things get a little blurry, and we worry about serious conditions like macular degeneration, glaucoma, and diabetic retinopathy. A big reason for this is chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, which damage the delicate cells in our retinas. This is where turmeric comes in. Curcumin is a powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. Think of it as a personal bodyguard for your retinal cells, shielding them from the damage that leads to vision decline. Studies suggest it can help protect the optic nerve, reduce the formation of abnormal blood vessels in the eye, and even slow down cataract formation. It's like giving your eyes their own internal shield. But what does this mean for you right now? It means that hope isn't just on the horizon, it's on your plate. You can start today. Brew a warm, comforting cup of turmeric tea, often called golden milk, by mixing turmeric with milk, a pinch of black pepper to boost absorption, and maybe a little honey. Sprinkle it into your curries, soups, or even over roasted vegetables. The goal is to make it a regular part of your diet. For a more potent dose, you might consider a high-quality curcumin supplement. Look for one that includes piperine, which is from black pepper, as it dramatically increases how much curcumin your body can actually use. Of course, always talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement, especially if you have other health conditions or are on medication. This isn't about a miracle cure. It's about taking proactive, simple steps to support your long-term health. Protecting your vision means preserving your independence, your ability to read, to drive, and to see the faces of your loved ones clearly. It's about keeping your world bright and vibrant. So, are you ready to give your eyes the support they deserve? Let me know in the comments if you are already a fan of turmeric or if you were going to give it a try. I'd love to hear your story. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. And subscribe for more tips on how to age with strength and clarity. Thanks for watching, and here's to seeing a brighter future.